This is the story of Evans, a thief who has escaped from prison many times. This time, too, he is ready with his plan, but no one knows what the plan is. Right now, he is in the jail, and on the present day, he is ready for appearing his German language O level exam. The jail authorities, Governor Jackson and Stephens, on the other hand, are ready to cover up any sort of risk. Will Evans able to succeed in his escape? Telephonic conversation between Secretary of German O-level board examination and Governor of the jail for precautions to be taken for Evans' exam, which is set in the jail itself.
It is a slightly unusual request, Governor. Why shouldn't we try to help him? Just a one fellow, you say.
Chap called Ivan started classes in German O level last September. Says he is that keen to get some sort of academic qualification.
Is he any good?
He's the only one in the class. He has individual classes all the time. Really, would have been cost him a packet if it been outside.
Let's give him a chance, shall we?
That's jolly kind of you. What exactly is the procedure now?
Oh, don't worry about that. I will be sending you all the forms and stuffs. What his name? You say Evans?
James Roderick Evans.
Just one thing, Governor. He is not a violent sort of fellow, is he?
No, there is no record of violence. Quite a pleasant sort of chap. They tell me, bit of a card really. One of the stars at the Christmas concert. Imitations, you know the sort of thing. Mike Hardwood stuff. He is just a confidential cryptomaniac.
Presumably, you can arrange a room where...
No problem. He is in a cell on his own. If you have no objections, he can always sit the exams there.
That's fine.
And we could easily get one of the parsons from St. Mary Marks to invigilate.
Fine, yes. They seem to have a lot of person there. Don't they?
That English.
Pardon, sir?
I said good luck. Good luck for tomorrow.
Oh, thanks, sir. I will next call, sir.
You haven't get enough chance getting through, of course, but
I will surprise everybody.
While Evans is studying in his cell, Jackson and Stephens, the officers, enters to inspect Evans' cell by the order of governor.
Morning, Mr. Jackson. This is indeed an honor.
How is our little Einstein this morning?
Not a mathematician, Mr. Jackson. I think it was a Jew, Mr. Jackson. Chance, Mr. Jackson. I was just going to share when you burst in.
Which reminds me, make sure you take his razor out of the cell when he's finished scrapping, okay? Okay.
Mr. Jackson, was it you who took my nail skills away?
Order of the governor, Evans. Want to complain? You have got half an hour to smarten yourself and take that bloody hat off.
Me? And how?
Mr. McCleary, please make your entry.
McCleary, the invigilator from Board of Examination, enters the prison. Governor asks Jackson and Stephens to check McCleary properly as they don't want any risk.
We need to check him. Something hard here, sir. My reading glasses. If you don't mind, why you got this? If you must know, I suffer from piles. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean it. It's okay. So got the watch?
yes, sir.
I will be telling you when to start. And again when you have 5 minutes. Alright? Now write the name of the paper 0211 in the top left and right corner. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now write the name of the paper 0211 in the top left and right corner. Okay?
Yes, sir. You don't stand there all the time.
I don't know about that.
Everything being spoken in the cell was constantly heard by the governor with the help of hidden microphone in the cell.
Mr. Jackson, give me strict instruction to.
How am I supposed to concentrate on my exam when somebody here?
Jackson, good. Get Stephens out of that cell, will you? I think perhaps we are overdoing things.
As you wish, sir.
Stephens,
Yes, sir. Will you please stop writing, Mr. Evans, and listen carefully? It's of in German 0211 should note the following correction on page number 3. Line
The phone call from the examination board for the corrections in the question paper made the governor suspicious. He cross-checked it by dialing the number again, which turned out to be busy. Then again there was a phone call from the magistrate demanding for police officers and a van. Such things were suspicious to the governor, but he calmed down as he was sure for his arrangements.
Please, sir. Please, sir. Would you mind if I put a blanket on my shoulders?
Stephen stood outside the cell and peeped inside after every minute. It was always the same, but later on, he noticed that Evans had put a blanket around himself, though he doubted it at first, but then stopped thinking much as it was cold inside the cell.
Stop writing, please.
Okay, sir.
Put your sheets in orders and see them. It's correctly ordered.
Later on, the exam was conducted, and as the governor ordered on the phone, Stephens accompanied McCleary to the gate. Everything went as planned, and Stephens was happy. To be sure of himself, he once again went to the cell for a final look, and there he was shocked to see McCleary lying in a pool of blood.
Hurry, hurry.
McCleary, who was badly injured, was taken to the governor as he had some important information.
We need to take you to the hospital immediately.
Have you called the police?
Yes, they are on their way.
Okay.
Soon, the news spread that Evans had injured the invigilator and had escaped from the jail by impersonating him. Soon, Superintendent Carter was called and McCleary was sent with him to catch Evans. Both Jackson and Stephens were scolded for being unaware about Evans' plan.
Which one of you two morons was it who took Evans to the main gate for a nice little walk and waved him bye-bye?
It was me, sir. Just like you told me, sir, and I could have sworn.
You say just like I told you? What the hell?
When you rang, sir,
When was that?
you know, sir, about 20, just 11 before.
You bittering idiot! Man, it wasn't me. Don't you realize? And you, Jackson, how long have you been pretending you have got a brain, huh? Let me tell you one thing. That skull of yours is absolutely empty.
What the hell is happening here, sir? First, who hit him?
I hope you have managed to send McCleary to the hospital.
Yes, he is in the Radcliffe now. Really groggy he was when we got to the examination office.
You say
Yes, he is a person.
there is anyone?
One of the ambulance take him from here.
Immediately, Governor ordered Stephens and Jackson to find out McCleary, and to his surprise, the real McCleary was found by Stephens and Jackson. Meanwhile, Carter called him up to inform that they had missed Evans while chasing him and the McCleary was sent to Radcliffe Hospital. The governor called up the hospital and came to know that they had sent an ambulance to the examination board, but McCleary had already disappeared. When real McCleary was found, Governor understood the whole plan, that McCleary, who was helping them to search Evans, was in fact Evans himself. And there, Evans had reached Hotel Golden Lion and was enjoying his freedom. The governor tried to decode the German question paper and found out that Evans would reach Newbury after his jailbreak.
It was a really tough scare. The governor will be thinking only about Ivan.
But was Evans really free now? No, because governor had chased him. the freedom had very short span. Governor was already in his hotel room.
It's not worth trying anything, Evans. I have got my man all around the place. Woman too, you know that receptionist, she was quite sweet.
It was the bloody correction slip, I suppose.
Well, there are few people who know a little German.
You know, it wasn't a really mistake. See, we are not being able to fix any hotel, but we couldn't have worked that some other way. No, the really important thing for the exam is to get everyone out of the way for a couple of minutes. We didn't know when the exam exactly started.
And like a fool, I presented you with a little information on the plate.
Yes. Well, somebody did you see, sir? That correction slip killed two little birds with a single stone. Didn't it? From the hotel for me and the exact time for the exam started.
It's a pretty common word.
Good job. It's pretty common. Or I did never have to know where to come to. Would I?
Nice name though. Zum Golden Known.
Which golden one was? Minutes of them.
Once. Index number 313, center number 217. Remember? And if you take an ordnance survey map of Oxford, you find that the 6 figures reference 313-271 lands you bang in the middle of Chipping Norton.
Yeah, you are right. We did. Open. You did? Run off to Newbury?
We did.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
That question paper, Evans, could you really understand all that German? I could hardly.
Nah, of course, I couldn't. I knew what it was all about.
Tell me one thing before we go. How did you get all that blood pour over your head?
Get couple of pins of blood into a cell.
To do with the little rubber ring of her piles, perhaps.
Wasn't it?
The governor asked him about his plan, and Evans told every bit of it to him.
We learn something new every day. They tell me. Come on, my lad. Tell me, Evans, how did you plan all that business?
I have got lots of friends though.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mr. German teacher, for a start.
You mean? But he was from the technical college.
Was he? Never checked the form. Him, sir.
God Almighty, there is far more going on than that.
Finally, the prison van was called to take Evans to the prison. The governor felt proud of catching him again.
Excuse me, Evans.
Sure, sir. I was just wondering about this modern movies.
Perhaps you won't be with us next September.
As soon as the van started, the prison officer unlocked Evans' handcuffs and asked the driver to drive fast
No, it's your McLaren.
so that the police could not catch them again. Yes, Evans once again managed to escape from the clutches of the police with the help of his friends.
உலகத்தில் யாரை பார்த்து வேணால் பயப்படலாம் ஆனால் சாவு நம்மளை நெருங்கிச்சுன்னா எதுக்கு இருக்கிற எமனா இருந்தாலும் பயப்படக்கூடாது.